You have to look into the expanding market of the space. Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, all those networks, they're buying each other right now. They're consolidating. Disney just bought Discovery. A lot of Fox Network, they got merged with Disney too. What you're watching is a consolidation. Visualize this in your mind. Once upon a time in America, we had like one telephone company, Bell Atlantic. That company got split up. A trillion telecommunication companies just like exploded. It was the best time in the world to get into telecommunications. Much like when 2020, all the streaming platforms blew up, everybody was stuck at home, everybody tried to make content. It was a great time to get into sync. Now, what happened, those telecommunication companies, they started to buy each other. They started to buy, and it shrunk itself back down. In America, you virtually have Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, AT&T. There's really only like 4 companies left. That's happening now. It started with one. There was Netflix, king of streaming. And then everything came out streaming and they started to lose money. So they started to get bought. So now you're watching that squeeze again. It's a slow squeeze, but it is happening. What is important to realize in there for musicians and entrepreneurs is that there are tiers now. When Netflix first came out, it didn't matter if it was HD, 4K, whatever it was, it all costs one price. You want the HD, 4K, whatever it is, it costs this much. Standard streaming is this much. Family plan, it's this much. They never have family plans. You can just share as many passwords as you had. Then they have a bottom tier, which has ads. That tells you something important. Even while the streaming market will consolidate, less platforms, less content, less opportunities for your music. What will not go away is advertising on those platforms, which means that there will be more spaces for advertising. Advertising is a space that's expanding. And most of the time, advertising budgets are built on bespoke music, sound design. They're trying to sell something, so it matters a lot more to convey the feeling in that 30 seconds than it does to be like, all right, we're going to have like 80 different pieces of music across an hour. So I see that as the area where the market is expanding, the area where the market is shrinking. How do you get into writing music for ads, right? Marketing agencies, ad agencies, those are like the big channel. A company like Coca-Cola is going to work with an ad agency like McCann. McCann is then going to hire a music production house or a music production studio. That music production studio is then going to hire composers, arrangers, songwriters, vocalists, voiceover, whoever it is like that, right? So you have to find a channel into that system if you want to work in that space primarily. At the larger levels, at the smaller levels, there is like a coffee shop or a donut shop or bakery, and those people live on the internet. They have some kind of budget that is allocated towards advertising. It's already set aside. A way to get in is to express the value that your music could bring to their product. There's 10 other bakeries around here. Your bakery's doing great, but the ads that you're running right now, if there was sonic branding, this is going to increase sales. That's a way for you to sell what you do to get an advertising placement that you can use to build a reel that you can then use, because most of you guys don't live in New York. It's not like you can just drive to the place and schedule a meeting with a major advertising agency. You have to set aside the budget to say, I am going to go to AICPs. I'm going to go to Cannes Film Festival. I want to spend money to be in an organization like BNI, where I get networked into other people, and it's a requirement to stay in the group for them to bring me 10 leads. If you're not going to do all of those things, that's okay. You can do it this way. There is a local business next to you, and you also have access to the internet. There are businesses that are small businesses that still have advertising budgets that can pay you for your music that you can then use to help build a brand, and you can also use it to build your reel that helps you get placed.